right, hey YouTube. Here is a first look at the new civs we're going to be getting in the Last Chieftains DLC. So you'll notice that I have Inca up here. Just real quick, we'll go through Inca because they get a few changes. So they have access to the Champion Warrior, the new swordsman line. I've got another video on that if you want to learn a little bit more about this unit. And well, you'll notice that in this DLC, they've actually changed up the dock. So we've got the Hulks in the game. And then they've just moved a bunch of text and added some new text to the university. I'm not really that big into water, so we're not going to linger here. But basically, they changed water, and everyone's going to have to learn all the new water stuff. Fabric shields actually affects Champion Warriors now, so you get +1 melee and +1 pierce armor. And in addition to affecting the Kamyuks and Slingers. And, most importantly, Inca have the unique settlement, which I also have a video on. So check out the settlement video and I'll go through like what this does and all that. But yeah, basically you can collect any resource and drop off, just like a TC. It's basically like a TC. It doesn't create bills or anything, but it's like, it provides 5 population as well. For Inca, it provides 10 population. And then you get all your eco upgrades here. So it's like an all-in-one building. And it's actually cheaper than creating a camp and a house for a regular civ. So not only can you drop off everything, it's actually cheaper to make than a house and a settlement because it takes less time to build compared to a house and a eco drop-off building. So yeah, kind of crazy building. But yeah, watch my video on settlements if you want to learn more about this. And yeah, anyways, let's go through all of the new civs here. So we'll start with the Mapuche. What do we got? We got foragers drop off 20% food. So dropping off 20% food, what that means, you know how Malian bonus, they drop off extra gold. So like the gold miner will collect 11 gold in the time that a regular gold miner collects 10 gold, and only 10 gold will be taken from the gold pile. So does that make sense? Basically, for foragers dropping off 20% plus 20% food, that tells me that foragers will collect 12 food, and only 10 food will be depleted from the berry bush. And they'll collect the 12 food in the same time as a regular villager will collect 10. So you're getting 20% more food income, so it's like a double frank bonus, but also the berries last 20% longer. So this is actually a very crazy bonus for early game. Like, this is going to be really good. I'm not sure how it compares to Hunt, but honestly, it might be almost as fast as, I don't know. I'm not going to say it, but it could be pretty close to Hunt gather rate. Like, this is going to be crazy. For early game, of course. Mapuche, their settlements train spearmen and spearman line and skirmishers. So let's go over to the settlement, and you can see we actually have the skirm and spearman line. You can also get their unit upgrades, by the way. It doesn't show them here, but you can get the elite skirm and pikeman and halberdier upgrade from the settlement. So that's a thing. The skirmishers and spearmen from the settlements actually train twice as slow. So the skirmishers normally train, what is it, like 22 seconds? No, they nerfed it, right, to like 25 or something. Anyways, it's double in the settlement. So 2 settlements is like 1 other production building. If you have 2 settlements, then it's like 1 archery range in terms of production speed. But I mean, this is your eco drop-off point, so you're going to already have like 2 of them going into feudal age. So that's going to be pretty good. That's like having an extra production facility. Or, I mean, obviously, it's like having your barracks up for free if you're training spears. But for skirms, it's like having your archery range up instantly on feudal age. So timing-wise, it could be very, very strong. Especially because you could put a settlement forward, too, and then put a tower to protect, something like that. And then now you're training units from the opponent's base really quickly. Like, you train a skirm from your forward settlement right away, and then you're already shooting over walls. But anyways, we'll see how strong this is. It's going to be hard to say how strong it's going to be until we actually see some games. So, you know what? Let's just keep that in the back of our head, and this is going to be a pretty fun civ to try out when the DLC comes out on February 17th, which is pretty soon. Okay, so what else do they have? They have infantry, slingers, and skirmishers plus 5, plus 10, plus 15 HP. So these are not percentages. These are just a flat 5, 10, and 15, which is crazy. Their skirmishers, like normally skirmishers, they have 35 HP. They're going to be 50 HP in Imp. Holy moly. That also brings us to another thing. Slingers are another regional unit for these 4 civs. So Inca, Mapuche, Muisca, and Tupi. They all get slingers. And, well, you can see that the slinger resources cost have changed a lot. 70 food and 10 wood. It's kind of a weird cost, right? But it's actually a trash unit. So they actually have 2 trash units from their archery range. Which is kind of interesting. So, like, slingers, they counter infantry. I'm not sure if they changed their stats on this so much, but I'm pretty sure that they still have, like, the plus 10 versus infantry. So, yeah, I mean, you just have a trash counter to infantry, which is pretty crazy, right? So all of these civs are going to feel a little bit different fighting them in the late game. I mean, all of the American civs have always felt a little bit different fighting in the late game because they don't have a stable. So, yeah, I kind of like it. It's not such a big deal. But it is just kind of weird to me that they have 2 range units that are trash. But hey, we'll see how that plays out as well. This unit might come up more these days, especially in the American mirrors when there's the champies. But watch my video on Champy Warriors to understand how much of a menace this unit is going to be. But yeah. Anyways, their slingers are going to have extra HP, which will be very strong. And yeah, slingers, of course, they do benefit from the blacksmith techs. We'll go through the blacksmith later. So, mounted units generate plus 3 gold when defeating military units. Sounds pretty good. I mean, it's gonna add up, right? But, I mean, it's not that crazy, though. Because most games don't have that many kills. So, even, like, sub 100 kills is fairly common, right? In kind of like a regular game. Maybe 200 or 300 kills for like a regular game that doesn't go super long, ends kind of in imp, like early imp or whatever. Even mid imp, something like that. Even 300 kills is kind of a lot, right? And that's only with mounted units too. So that's not with any of your other, like, that's basically you're going to be using the Bola's Rider, which is another unique unit for the Mapuche. Or the Kona, which is another unique. So basically, yeah, these guys are a cavalry civ without any stable. Like, we see poles without the final armor, and we're like, dang, how can this be a cavalry civ? And then there's this civ that's a cavalry civ with no stable. That's crazy. So yeah, only their kind of unique units that come into play in Castle Age really benefit from this. And I mean, plus 3 gold when you get a kill is basically nothing. I think this is kind of a nothing bonus. It has potential to be way too strong. Like the Persian bonus before was like, what was it? They made it so that I think it was like mounted units generate, was it only plus 5 or was it like all units? I can't even remember. Maybe it was just mounted units generate plus 5 gold or something, or was it 10 or something? I don't know. It was like way too strong actually, but maybe because Persians was way too strong. But anyways, they're being a little bit more conservative with this and going plus 3 gold. I don't think this is going to be a problem. I don't think it's going to be something. Well, I mean, it might incentivize you to play the Bolus Rider because this unit will probably be crazy. I mean, it's basically like a cav archer, right? It must be crazy. So you'll probably play this unit anyways, but just incentivizes you to play them even more. And finally, for civ bonuses, we've got enemy castles are revealed on the map. I mean, cool bonus. I don't think it's gonna be crazy strong, but I think you'll like it you'll love to have it, if you have it, but you're not gonna feel like, oh, it's OP or anything. So I kind of like it. So it's a creative bonus. Okay, so yeah, we will look at their unique units. So Bolus Rider. So this is the Mapuche unique mounted archer with a charged attack that slows down enemy units. So yeah, this unit might be a problem. I mean, the charge attack, I think I tested it in the scenario editor. It was like 15 or 20 seconds. Like it isn't really quickly, but or isn't really quick, but I mean, you're a cav archer that can slow down enemy units. So basically, like you only need to slow them one time, and then you can get closer and you just get a free kill. Stuff like that. So I think with good micro, this unit is going to be really oppressive. They only have 5 attack, so 1 less than cav archers. So but I mean, Shambe Raiders have 5 attack as well, right? And they're pretty crazy. Obviously, this unit is nowhere near as cheap as the Shambe Raider, but still, this unit is going to be very, very strong with good micro. Like, this unit on high level is going to be insane, I think. And they do get an elite upgrade as well, which, yeah, just gives it an extra attack, an extra range as well, extra pierce armor, a little bit of extra HP. So, I mean, yeah, it's going to be pretty strong. Now, yeah, it's a good time to actually look at the blacksmith real quick, because these guys don't have bracer, by the way. So they have everything else, but no bracer. So are the elite bolus rider gonna just feel more like a elite Kipchak, where, you know, lacking bracer feels like it's not that good to go for, or are they gonna still feel pretty good? We will see. I mean, they slow down enemy units, so that's got to be pretty good. I would say that must be pretty good, because you're already gonna be really fast. But yeah, let's take a look at the Kona, which is their other unique unit. So it deals increasing damage to injured unit. Classic DLC thing, you know, we can't just have a unit that has stats. It's got to have some kind of gimmick. So deals increasing damage to injured units. So I have no clue what the percentage is or like how this works at all. But they start with 9 attack. So 1 less than a knight. It's kind of like long swordsman level, but they have 125 HP to start. Of course, the Civ doesn't have bloodlines because they don't have a stable. So it's kind of like you get free bloodlines, honestly, with the way that this is balanced. And 3 pierce armor. So no melee armor, so they're not going to be good as much in melee combat, but against, against, what's it called? Crossbowmen, they should be pretty decent. Wait, actually, hold up. How do you increase their armor though? Because, okay, going to elite, they go up to 5 pierce armor, which is quite a lot. But I mean, if you're not able to increase their armor, this unit's going to be trash, right? Wait, okay, we need to test that. We need to test this, because that would be very bad if you wouldn't be able to increase their armor, right? Like 3 armor is not much. Yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, settlements act as both prereq buildings. Kind of crazy. But yeah, here, let's just go up to Imp and get the castle and just see. So we've got the Kona. And they don't benefit from... Yeah, they benefit from attack, but not armor. Wait, really? And there's no way to increase their armor, it looks like. There's nothing in the university unique or anything, right? Like, I'm not missing anything, right? Okay. I mean, yeah, having a cavalry unit is kind of cool for this Civ, but, like, these stats are not that great, right? These stats, they have +5 against gunpowder, it looks like. Okay. Yeah, they're going to be really good against gunpowder, because you don't really need other stats than attack and HP against gunpowder, so the armor doesn't really matter there. So, yeah, I mean, maybe they're just mainly anti-gunpowder, because, I mean, with 3 pierce armor, that's only, like, +1 knights. Because knights have 2 pierce armor, and then you just get +1. That's not very much. So what did the description say this unit was good against? infantry and foot archers. I'm gonna press X to doubt on the foot archers. And against infantry with no melee armor and low attack, yeah, you have high HP, but I mean, you need a castle for this. They're not that expensive. They're only 105 res. And I mean, but 65 food is kind of a lot. 40 gold. I mean, look at the Keshik, right? This is 65 40. Let's go to the Tatar and look at the Keshik. This thing is 60. This thing is cheaper. The Keshik is cheaper by 5 food. Huh? It has 5 less HP, same attack. They generate gold as well, so they got a gimmick. They have a melee armor, and they only have 2 pierce, but you can actually upgrade them. Like, you can get bloodlines. You can get armor. Okay, I mean, Keshik is OP, but, like, I feel like, unless this increasing damage to injured unit is just crazy, I feel like this unit is going to be trash. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see. I feel like this is just not going to be a good unit, though. I feel like it's going to be Bola's Rider all day, every day. But anyways, okay. Moving on from their unique units. See how they got sneaky on us, and now they label it unique units. If you look at the older ones, like, I don't know, Khmer or something, unique unit. Singular. All of these new civs, they've got that plural form. There's never one. There's always multiple. Anyways. Okay. So, we've got Malone, which is the Bolas Riders, Slingers, and Skirmishers deal pass-through damage. So you're giving these guys splash damage. So, okay. That kind of makes up for the no bracer, probably. Just doing pass-through damage is crazy. Slinger with pass-through damage? Okay. Skirmishers with pass-through damage? Okay. I guess no bracer for any of those units, so maybe it'll be balanced. I don't know, but giving splash damage is really strong. And that's in Castle Age too, but you need a castle, so it's probably not going to come in Castle Age most times. And it's not super cheap. I mean, 7 or 650 res at that stage of the game is, yeah, it's not super cheap. It depends on how much the pass-through damage is as well. They didn't really tell me. So, yeah, we'll see. Somebody will have to test it. Anyways, the second unique tech is Putalmapu. And it is Team Castle unique units and Bolus Riders cost 15% less. So I guess in team games, I guess everyone's unique units on your team are going to be 15% cheaper. Yeah, that's going to be impossible to balance because, well, I mean, is that going to be balanced for every single civ, for every single unique unit? Probably not. Any civ that would go for their unique unit in a team game is just going to, like, really benefit a lot from this, probably. I don't know. We'll see. I don't really play team games, so I'm not going to say too much on it, but it sounds crazy. And the Bolus Riders are minus 15% discount, so, I mean, you're saving, what is that, like 13 resources overall or so? 13, 14 res. So, yeah, I mean, sure. It's not a crazy tech. It's kind of a boring tech, but that's fine. It's nice not to see any crazy gimmick here. Just give a discount. I mean, it is kind of a crazy gimmick with the unique units, but if you're playing 1v1s, it doesn't matter. I'm assuming it affects your own unique unit as well, the Kona, so should be good. And then, yeah, their team bonus, Spearman, Line, and Skirmishers, +2 line of sight. So, yeah, I mean, you have the Spearman and Skirms from the settlement already, so that's going to be pretty good. Extra line of sight is another thing where you appreciate it when you have it, and if you don't have it, you're not really missing it, but if you have it, you feel like, oh, I can see more. It's really nice. Okay, well, let's take a look at their tech tree real quick, too. So, we don't have Arb. No Bracer as well, remember. We have Elite Skirm, but no Thumb Ring. So that it doesn't matter that much for Skirms, but it's just Skirms go from 90% accurate to 95, or sorry, they go from 90 to 100, I mean. Something like that. But it also affects Slingers too, right? So yeah, missing it for Slingers kind of hurts. So you know what? Yeah, they have this Malon for pass through damage, and you don't have Thumb Ring. So you know what? Maybe it might be balanced actually. Yeah, Bolas Rider, unique stuff should be good. The Champy Warriors, I'm just gonna say this now. Champy Warrior for every single civ that gets it is gonna be very, very good. Very good to have. I mean, it's just like how the Eagle Warrior was really nice for all 3 civs that had it. But yeah, we have Halberdier. This is actually a civ that doesn't have squires, though. Their guys are a bit slower. But, I mean, it's not the end of the world to lack squires, but it is nice to have. So, yeah, non-squires halbs, still going to mostly do the job anyways, so it's fine. In terms of siege, well, let's take a look at the university first. We do have siege engineers, but no siege ram. We have onagers, heavy scorp, no bomber cannon, of course. But yeah, no siege ram. That's what we really like, is the siege ram. Lacking siege onager in 1v1 is not the biggest deal. Having onager is still nice. And heavy scorp can be good. Now that scorpion upgrade cost is a lot cheaper, you can justify this sometimes. Okay, blacksmith is mostly full other than bracer. And then, of course, they don't have cavalry stuff. In terms of the dock, now I'm not a dock player, so I don't know what I'm talking about here, but all of the American civs, they got this catapult galleon now. So that's going to be like their bombard cannon. And, I mean, there's no elite upgrade. So they just removed, I don't know, like it's just going to be really strong because it has to be kind of equivalent to elite cannon galleon, right? Except for that you just don't have to upgrade. That's what it might be. I'm not really sure, though. We'll have to see how this works. It's pretty cheap, though. Only 100 gold, so I don't know. Only 12 range as well. I'm assuming you can get siege engineers, but by the way, with 12 range and siege engineers, that's 13 range, you're still dying to crenellation castles from Teutons, so they're still going to have nothing against Teuton crenellation castles, right? Could be a counter pick, I don't know. Yeah, and then in terms of all the other warships, we just are lacking heavy demo, but everything else. But no bracer, which is going to hurt for your, I guess, your galleon line. Okay, so in terms of university, we've got no architecture here. Don't have any of the tower upgrades either. I don't really know too much about dock stuff, so I'm not going to comment on those. And we do have treadmill crane. That's my new favorite tech. It's so cheap, and it's actually good. For this cost, it's really good, actually. But we somehow have bombard tower, though. Like, what's up with that? What is up with that? Why do we have bombard tower? There must be some historical reason. I don't know. I don't know my history, but how come the Mapuche can make a bombard tower? That's crazy. That's going to be really weird to look at. The Mapuche bombard towers. Wait a sec. We're in a game, right? It's going to be weird to look at. Let's take a look at them. What do they look like? Oh, look at that. Look at that. They got the golden cannons here. Oh, man. That's looking nice. Oh, yeah. You guys will notice that actually they added new rally point flags. So different civs have different rally point flags. I'm not sure how many they added, but I tried it a few civs, and yeah, they have these different rally point flags now, which is a neat little touch. It kind of adds a little bit of flutter if you're not used to it, but you probably get used to it eventually. Yeah, look at these buildings too, actually, by the way. Look at these pretty nice buildings. Look, they got water as part of their building. Is it these guys wonder with the... Oh yeah, these guys actually have... Oh, no, it's the other guy. There's another... One of the civs have like a waterfall coming from their wonder. It's really cool. Look at these guys' castle too. Oh wait, we already have a castle here. There we go. Anyways, what were we talking about? We were talking about the bombard cannons and we got sidetracked. Okay, let's get back into it. Oh, can you imagine having arrow slits but not even guard tower? That's a funny addition. Anyways, okay. We have hoardings. So actually, these guys' castles are going to be fairly tanky, just lacking architecture, so pretty decent. Okay, monks, no redemption, no fervor, but we have sanctity. Sanctity's pretty nice. Like for relic war on arena, can be useful. No redemption is not that important for arena. Fervor is kind of nice, but yeah, I mean, they have heresy, which could come into play against monk rushes. They have all of the counter monk techs. But yeah, these guys' monks are not going to be used very often, like for mass monk or anything. In terms of eco, we have everything except 2 Monsal. So decent. And no guilds, though. So actually, guilds is kind of important when it goes really, really long. But yeah, no guilds. Okay, well, I think it's time to move on to the next civ. So we've got Muisca. Muisca. We lingered on that previous one a lot, but we went through a lot of things that we won't have to go through again. So advancing to the next age costs minus 50% gold. So to Castle Age is 100 gold, and to Imp is going to be 400 gold. A little bit of savings. It's not a huge saving, and it's not like it affects Feudal Age, so I actually like it. It's not a crazy bonus, but it's a nice little thing. Settlements cost minus 25% and heal nearby units. So 94 wood, I believe it works out to. But the big thing is healing nearby units. Like, what is that? That's like from Dark Age as well. The degeneracy that we're going to be seeing on the ladder with forward settlement rushes is going to be off the charts here. It's going to be absolutely off the charts. So, well, we'll see how it goes. Anyways, moving on. Champy warriors and archery range units. +1, +2, +3 melee armor in a feudal castle imperial. It's just a staggered bonus. So you get extra melee armor on all your dudes. For free. It's like a Teuton bonus, basically. Except for that it affects more kind of just different units. Having extra melee armor on archery range units is kind of... It's like whatever, right? It's going to be good for the ARBs, though. Like, +3 melee armor on ARBs in the late game. I guess we don't have ring archer armor with the Civ, so it's +2 compared to regular. Those are going to be harder to run down with Cav, right? So, it's going to be a pretty decent bonus for the ARBs, actually. Monks regain faith 50% faster. Okay, well, let's take a real quick look at their monk tree. Oh, it's full. Okay, we'll go back to that later. Caravan and guilds free. So Caravan is just the trading faster tech, or like trade units move faster tech. It's not that big of a deal in 1v1. Probably doesn't matter, but guilds free is very nice. Having guilds right away on Imp, you can get some really good buys if you do it early enough. But usually you don't want to invest like 500 res. Normally it's 500 res, right? You don't want to invest that super early. But if you reach Imp and if you're floating like 1,000 wood or whatever, it's gonna be really, really nice. So this is feeling like a different variation of Aztecs, honestly, at this point. I mean, it's a little different, but yeah. So team bonus, natural gold sources last 15% longer. That sounds like it's gonna be really, really good in team games. As I said earlier, I don't really play team games, but I mean, even in 1v1, that sounds good. And this is lasting for everyone, on your team. So you just get more gold, basically. I don't think you collect the gold fast. I don't think you collect the gold faster, but you get 15% more gold in the mines, which is really, really good. Okay, so they're unique units. We've got the Guecha Warrior. I don't know how to say any of these things, but I tested it. And yeah, as it says, it's a unique skirmisher unit. So it does feel like a skirmisher to use. I kited some units, and I was like, yeah, it's not that high damage for like a unique unit, and it's basically a skirmisher but unique. But yeah, they regenerate HP when a nearby Guecha warrior is defeated. So yeah, I guess when your other dudes die, the other ones regen. Which, I mean, it's not gonna be crazy though, right? Because like, I don't know. If you're getting surrounded and stuff, you're probably gonna lose your guys anyways, and having a bit of regen is not the biggest deal on like a skirmisher. I mean, they're 60 gold though. That's kind of a lot, right? For a skirmisher, right? Yeah, I'm not sure how good this unit is gonna be, right? Like it's gonna be really good against ranged soldiers, as it says, but are you gonna go for a unique skirmisher unit? Like, because that's a counter unit, and it's pretty expensive. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how good they are against other units as well. Like they have 8 attack, and then they have bracers. They go up to 11 attack. As like, is that even a skirmisher anymore? That does 1 more damage than an ARB. I think they just attack slower. But I mean, if it's lying and it's not actually like a skirmisher, if it's more like an ARB, this thing's gonna be crazy. But if it's actually like attacking slow like a skirm, yeah, it might not be too crazy. And the upgrade cost doesn't cost food, which is pretty nice. Okay, and they have another unique unit, of course, called the Temple Guard. So this thing, actually, you train it either from the monastery or from the barracks. They actually can train from both. And yeah, so they are a shock infantry. that attacks faster the longer it remains in combat. So I guess I'm not sure what that means exactly, but I guess if it's just standing still attacking the same unit, it will just start attacking faster. It says it's strong versus buildings. So that leads me to believe that maybe this effect is active when you're attacking buildings, which is going to be crazy if this effect attacks buildings faster and faster. Because, I mean, they have 12 attack and probably some bonus damage. It doesn't show in here, but probably some bonus damage. It's going to be really good. And it says it's weak versus militia line. Makes sense. It is shock infantry. But I mean, 12 attack in Castle Age. How much bonus damage does Longsword have? I actually don't really remember. Is it like +6 or something? Which would be like 15. So guys have a melee armor too. I mean, they have 100 HP versus 60. Temple Guard versus Longsword. Well, we need to test that because I don't really know. That doesn't really, like, the stats are leading me to believe that you know, maybe these Temple Warriors are gonna be actually killing Longswords. I don't know. I have a funny feeling about this. Let's set up a little test here. So we've got the Muisca, and we've got just a generic swordsman Italian guy here. And we're gonna go for a longsword. Okay, let's just find it here. So many things in the scenario editor these days. Okay, and oh, you can't press 1 to change the player now because reasons. And okay, so we got the, what is it called again? The, what was it called? Oh no, it was Temple Guard or something. Temple Guard. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so here we'll put some extra units in the back just so that the scenario doesn't end right away. This is just going to be like 1-1 upgrades, which will just equalize, so it doesn't really matter. So let's just see how it goes. This is a 1-on-1. So we do 11 damage and he does 12 damage. Okay, we just win that though. Okay, in terms of the, oh wait. Yeah, we gotta check the resources. So how expensive are these? They're way more expensive, right? But they don't require upgrades to get into. So for militia, you need to invest 140 here, and then you need to invest another, what is that, 215 here. So you're already quite far behind in the resource investment. So early Castle Age, this thing is probably going to mainly die to archers, I guess, because it only has 1 pierce armor. But yeah, they are, what is that? 125 res, which is kind of a lot, right? 125 versus 70. Not quite 2 times as expensive, but it's up there. I mean, I'm not going to do any calculations here, but like, if you had like 5 of these guys, and these guys had, what is it? I don't know, like 8. Would that be a good fight? Let's see. This is patrolman. I mean, should be. The longsword should dominate. Oh. Longsword should dominate, right? I mean, one of them is kind of bugging out, though. But, I mean, the Temple Warriors are still kind of dominating, though, or Temple Guards. Even 5 against 8, right? I mean, the longswords were bugging out a little bit there, but I don't know. I think maybe later on, the Temple Guards are going to get countered by the swords, but it's going to be crazy early on. Early in Castle Age, this is going to be an insane unit, I believe. Oh, we got to go back to the Muisca. This unit is going to be nuts. Yeah, they don't get any bonuses or anything, but I mean, it just attacks faster the longer it remains in combat too. So in a big fight, you're going to have some of them just having fast attack speed as well. So yeah, I don't know. These guys have some crazy stats, some absolutely crazy stats, and yeah, just the fact that you don't need to upgrade them, this is gonna be an insane unit. Their blacksmith, they're lacking blast furnace for late game and ring archer armor, but I mean, there's actually an elite temple guard upgrade. So even though they're lacking blast furnace, they're still gonna get +2 attack in this elite upgrade. So yeah, that's gonna be very, very strong. And then their other unique unit. Oh no, we already went over Guecha Warrior. Okay, yeah, okay. Unique techs. Let's take a look at the unique techs. So Herbalism, Archer Line, and Champy Warriors move 15% faster. Yeah, I mean, just a basic movement speed increase. We finally get an Archer Line movement speed buff. That's gonna be really good, actually. Although by the time it comes in, it's not gonna be crazy at the end. But you will have sort of like Cav Archer's Light here with the Arbs. That's gonna be. I think it's balanced. I think it's gonna be strong but balanced. I like it. And then Huaracas. We've got Slingers +1 range and train 25% faster. So just a slinger tech. An extra range is good. It's not extra attack. So, I mean, it's just extra range. And, I mean, you do 7 damage. Maxed out at 7 damage. No. Sorry. With chemistry, you max out at 8 damage. Which is not that much when it comes to fighting like anything with decent pierce armor. That's not an infantry unit. So, I mean, you outrange Arbs with like you go up to 9 range, which is actually pretty good. And I mean, remember this thing is a trash unit now. So actually, you've got a 9 range non-gold unit. That could be really good. Obviously, they're gonna die to skirms still, but like that could be really good. And they even have extra melee armor, right? So yeah, that's gonna be a pretty solid bonus, but not OP, I think. So all right, nice. Natural gold sources lasting longer. Well, having extra gold is good. That's all there is to say about that. Okay, quickly, let's go through the tech tree. So yeah, as I said, we've got Bracer Arbs, we've got Skirmishers, but no final armor on the Skirms. So actually, they're not the greatest Skirms. Slingers with no final armor, but extra range. Champy Warriors are insane, as always. No Halb. That's a pretty big issue with their tech tree. Because obviously they can go Temple Guard, which probably beat mounted units. I mean, it says it beats mounted units, but 45 gold though, right? So this is kind of what I'm saying. It's like a different variation of Aztecs, because Aztecs also don't have halberdiers. So yeah, no real good cavalry counter so far, right? Other than Temple Guard. In terms of the siege, just like Aztecs, we have siege onager. Do we have siege with siege engineers? So I mean, yeah, we don't have siege ram, but we have siege onager. But we have heavy scorp with siege engineers, so pretty strong. And yeah, just lacking blast furnace and ring archer armor, so not the greatest blacksmith, but it's reasonable with the bracer upgrade. The dock just missing fast fire. We've got everything else. Missing some stuff in here, but whatever. You actually go up to keep with this Civ, so that's pretty decent potentially, but no arrow slits though, so it's a little awkward to play keeps with no arrow slits, but it can be good sometimes. Maybe you don't want to make your unique skirmisher unit a lot, so maybe you go for keeps instead of making these castles. I could see that being a play. No architecture for this Civ, but we have Mason, we have Hoardings, and that is enough. So monks, we got full tech tree on monks, so really great monks. And in terms of bonuses, we have monks regain faith 50% faster. Like in the late game, once you get illumination, your dudes are going to be regenning in like 15 seconds. Like you're going to have multiple conversions just like instantly. This has potential to be very, very, very good. But it also has potential to not matter at all. So yeah, I don't know. And in terms of eco, everything. Really decent eco for the later stages of the game, but nothing too crazy. Like we have the gold sources lasting longer, but really nothing too crazy in the eco department. So yeah, overall, it's all going to come down to how well or how good the unique stuff is. Because in terms of their actual bonuses on paper, nothing too crazy here. Okay, let's move on to the Tupi, the final civ here. So this one says it's an archer and infantry civilization. We start with plus 25 of each resource. So all 4 resources, you get 25 of them. So it's like plus 100 resources, but it's hard to use the stone. But this also means you get 225 stone, which means that you can actually go for a tower and also have 100 stone for ATC, which is really nice. So that can be very good. Villagers can garrison in settlements. So all of your resource drop-off points, you can garrison vills in there. You can garrison up to 5. Very, very strong. That can be used defensively. It can also be used aggressively because you can just send vills across the map and just take your opponent's res and just hide when they have stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be a little bit crazy. A little bit crazy potential. Anyways, fallen units return 15% of their cost. That's a pretty big number for just getting a refund. I mean, that's effectively a 15% discount on everything. Not exactly, because obviously the res comes later after you lose your units, but if you're fighting a lot, this is definitely incentivizing you to just keep trading and just losing units and trading, and you eventually just get more res. It's going to be a really good bonus. But I guess if you don't really have a consistent eco bonus, then maybe it'll be balanced. We'll see. Archery range and barracks upgrades cost minus 50% food. So yeah, the Champy runner will go down to 50 food. Warrior will go down to, what is that, like 67.5, whatever it is, etc. etc. Actually, like the elite Champy warrior is pretty cheap because there's no two-handed swordsman intermediate tech as well, and it's like only 100 more gold than champion, so it's quite cheap actually. I mean, I guess if you factor in both of these, it's like 200 food less than teching into these, but then also it should tech in faster as well, compared to the combination of two-handed swordsman and champion. So yeah, but anyways, you get to save the quite a lot of food there, and then of course on Halberd and pikeman, like your pikeman upgrade is 80 food, 90 gold, which yeah, I mean, you might as well just add those in. And then they have this unique dude, which we'll get to later. That upgrade is supposed to be 1,000 food, but it gets discounted to 500 food. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty good, but we'll get to that later. Okay, next. Oh yeah, it's also archery range upgrades. So crossbow and arb also have their upgrades reduced, and that's all. Those are the only 2 archery range upgrades that they have, but it's something. I mean, you could play thumb ringless arbs. You have the 2 final upgrades, so I mean they're not bad. They're just thumb ringless, like Aztecs. All right, Blackwood Archer is their unique unit. So we got a unique archer, and actually it's Blackwood Archers because this is a unit that is trained in pairs and only takes half population space. So you see they have 20 HP and 4 attack. Not looking so hot in the stats department, but you get 2 of these dudes at once. And I mean, they have 5 range, so they're like an archer or like a crossbowman. So it says strong in high numbers. I mean, they're going to be strong in low numbers too if you're fighting bills and stuff, though. So you could probably make a bunch of these and just run around. I could see them being decent. Although, I mean, yeah, they cost the same amount as an archer, but you get 2 of them. Even with less stats, just the utility you can get from having 2 guys instead of 1 is quite nice. So yeah, I think this will be an interesting unit to play. It doesn't have any other gimmick, it looks like. It looks like it's just that there's just 2 of them and they have low stats, so I like that. None of this weird stuff. Until you read the unique tech for later, but we'll save that. Yeah, and then just you get an upgrade that increases... Actually, it doesn't increase their attack, it looks like. Just some HP, so this upgrade will probably not be that important. Unless it severely increases train speed or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, you can upgrade them to elite. And then, okay, so they're unique Ibirapema warrior. Something like that. Yeah, 30 food, 60 gold. Now, this thing is crazy expensive on the gold. Tupi unique infantry with a powerful frontal area attack. So, do they attack in like a cone in front of them or something? I don't know. Maybe. So it's like Gulam's attacking a straight line, like straight line pierce. Maybe these attacking like a cone. That could be very strong because that's just how units sort of that's how they position themselves in battles. So yeah, depending on how good that splash is, that's gonna tell me how good the unit is. And without seeing the unit in action, it's gonna be really impossible for me to say. But yeah, it says weak versus foot archers at long range. I mean, 60 HP is still 20 more than a longsword. One pierce armor is the same as the longsword, so I don't know. Maybe they move slower as well. I don't know. They don't really give me all the stats here, unfortunately. But yeah, 2 melee armor is going to be really good. So it's going to be really good in melee combat and not good against ranged. I mean, okay, sure. Sounds good. Sounds like this could be balanced, I would say. And yeah, of course, they have an elite upgrade as well. They go up to 11 attack, which is pretty good, especially if the splash is like percentage based. It's going to be pretty good. In terms of the blacksmith, they don't have blast furnace though. So they're not going to get too crazy. But final armor. All of these civs have the final armor for infantry. And yeah, okay. So next up is Caciques. I don't know. Caciques. Something like that. We've got Champy Warriors and Slingers attack plus 25% faster. So you've got your infantry dudes attacking faster, and you've got your Slingers attacking faster. I mean, you don't have Thumb Ring though. So yeah. Wait, this is actually not correct, right? Archery units attack 15% faster. Doesn't it make cav archers attack even faster than that or something? I thought there was like some weird clauses in here. I don't know. Anyways, we won't linger on that. Yeah, 25% faster is going to be a higher number than 15% faster. So it's actually like a super thumb ring for the slingers. So actually your slingers with this civ is going to they're going to be really good. Yeah, and it's not too expensive. So there we go. Next up is Curare. And we've got foot archers and fortifications deal poison damage. So here comes the gimmick. So Blackwood archers are going to actually be affected by this poison damage. So it also doesn't really tell me anything of how strong this is going to be, because it doesn't give me any numbers or like the mechanics. But basically what that's going to be is you're going to hit him with the regular attack, and then the opponent's going to like lose a little bit of HP over time. And yeah, whatever the numbers are, we don't know, but could be strong, could be basically nothing. But yeah, should be pretty strong. And I'm assuming foot archers include slingers and skirms. Maybe not. Maybe it's just arbs and Blackwood archer. I'm not sure. We will see. It could just be arbs and Blackwood archer. Okay, finally, we've got the team bonus. Towers and castles provide 10 population space, plus 10 population space. So towers normally don't provide any population space, but for this civ, when you make your keeps or your watchtowers or whatever, you get 10 pop space. So each houses normally are 25 wood, but then the building time means that you could have collected around 15 extra wood. So houses functionally cost 40 wood. So 2 houses is like 80 wood. So, I mean, watchtowers are 160 res, so it's like getting your watchtowers for half price, kind of. Obviously, it's like different because we're talking about wood and stone, and it's like different, but you could make towers with this civ and feel like you're not so far behind compared to a regular civ. That's what I'm trying to say. Could be very, very strong. And of course, having extra pop space on your castles is pretty nice as well. Can't go wrong with it. I mean, 30 population you would get from your castles, which is just, that's kind of a lot. It's like 6 houses. 6 times 40. I mean, that's going to be a lot. Like 240 wood. It's kind of a lot. Anyways, it's time for us to go through the tech tree. So, thumb ringless arbs, but we've got, they do poison damage, so it could be really good. And their upgrades to get into them are food cheaper, 50% food cheaper. We've got skirmishers. A skirm's a skirm. When they have the final armor, they're going to be doing the job. What's up with the blacksmith? Why is it armor attack, and then armor. What's up with that? I thought bracer was to the left. What do they do to the tech tree? Anyways, maybe I'm seeing things. Okay, so we got the Champy Warrior. Good with every civ. This civ has Halberdiers without Blast Furnace, which doesn't really matter that much. They still do the job against Cav. They've got the Ibirapem, which is going to be their anti... I mean, like, what are they even good against? Like, they're good against melee, but I don't know. You already have slingers and halbs, though, so it's like, do you really need something against melee? I don't know. Maybe it's just if you don't want to go for both of them, this will counter like cav and infantry. So if your opponent's doing like paladin halb, maybe you got these dudes and maybe they cover you. I guess that could make sense. There'll be a situation where this dude comes into play, right? Okay, Siege Ram, Onager, and Heavy Scorp without Siege Engineers. Of course, they had to have one of the civs without Siege Engineers. So Siege Engineers-less Siege. Still going to be decent, though. Like, having Siege Ram is always good, especially when you have some kind of reason to play infantry. You got the Siege Rams. It's going to be really good. Yeah, just lacking Blast Furnace for the Blacksmith. And in terms of the dock line, just no Heavy Demo and no Carrick. But we got the other things, so it's maybe okay. I don't know. Yeah, so no Masonry, no Architecture. They have Hoardings, though, for defenses, but they have keep bonuses, right? So they have their extra population space for keep, and then they have arrow slits, of course. So they still like to play keeps, even though they're a little bit weaker in terms of HP. They give pop space, and of course they have arrow slits, so they're pretty good. That seems good. And then we've got from the castle, just Blackwood Archer. It's their unique unit. Hoardings, of course. And monks. Well, we have Redemption, Sanctity, no block printing, though. So this is going to be like a Khmer situation where you can go Redemption monks in the Castle Age, but they're going to drop off. With no block printing, they're not going to be great in the Imperial Age, but more than functional in the Castle Age, even without Atonement and Fervor. In the situations where you want to make mass monk, like against knights or against siege, or even just a few monks, like these monks will do the job. And Ecotechs, just no crop rotation, no stone shaft mining, and no guilds. So not amazing, but I mean they have gold shaft mining, which is pretty good. But not so bad. Nothing too bad, but yeah, decent. Okay, and I mean I think that's it for all of the DLC civs. Hopefully you guys enjoyed me rambling for, I don't even know, for 53 minutes so far. Holy moly. All right, well, I hope that you enjoyed your early morning coffee, your breakfast while watching this. And, well, I am excited to use these civs. I really think that these champy dudes are going to be crazy. This is going to be like, all we're going to be seeing on the ladder for a couple weeks is going to be Champy Rush with forward bills. Well, I'm excited though. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And oh yeah, remember the DLC comes out on the 17th, and this is a creator preview, and these might not be the final. This might not be the final version. There might be some changes. So, you know, if I get something wrong in this video or something changes, don't blame me. It just happens. That's just life. Okay? All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.